Wow. And there is a hole or an opening on top of the door there, which gives us a glimpse into the past of the family. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we find ourselves here in Larnestown here in County Galway in the west of Ireland. So I'm here today to find the Seymour Family Mausoleum. The Seymour family were very wealthy here in the area. So the Seymour family, they originated from England and settled here in Ireland in the 17th century. They acquired Ballymore Castle, which is not too far away from their mausoleum, and its lands around 1700, and transformed it into a Georgian mansion. The house still stands here today. The Seymours themselves were influential and respected members of the local community, supporting various causes such as education, agriculture and religion. They also contributed to the development of Larnestown, which was actually named after one of their ancestors, Sir Lawrence Parsons. So the mausoleum was built in the early 1800s by John Seymour, who was the High Sheriff of Galway in 1812. So we're just coming around the corner here now, guys, near the mausoleum, and you can see it in the distance, just over there. That is the Seymour Family Mausoleum. So beside the mausoleum then there are a number of graves, which I don't think have anything got to do with the Seymour family. Maybe the graveyard is separate, you know, people that are buried there. But John Seymour, I'd say for sure, is buried inside, or interred inside in the mausoleum. He was the High Sheriff of Galway, and he would have had that in mind, I suppose, when he constructed that mausoleum, that he would be laid to rest in there as well. But it's a beautiful walk up along this grassy pathway here. And the mausoleum, I believe as well, was cleaned up. It was covered in ivy, and so a bit of work was done on that to clean it up as well. A local group nearby, a heritage group. So I'm going to take you across, and we'll have a look at the graveyard first, maybe, before we go over and inspect the mausoleum a little bit closer. So this is the entrance here into the graveyard, right beside the old mausoleum. And it's a real hidden gem, really, the mausoleum down here. It's way off the road, and they're not buried too far from their home. So that is Ballymore in the distance. That's Ballymore Castle, where the Seymours were living. A beautiful house. So it's a private residence. So we're going to go in here first and read a couple of these gravestones. So it is separated, the old cemetery, I should say, to the mausoleum there. So the first one, we'll just have a look at this and see what it says. So this stone was laid here by John Middleton of Sligo in memory of his two daughters, Eleanor, who died April 1825, aged 4 years, and infant sister, it says. So there we have the young children buried there. Now there is a couple of them when you look. They're very modern looking, like there's one there from 2011. Someone was buried there. We have even one there saying 2020. Loving memory of Francis Fahey. who died the 13th of February 1920, and his wife Mary, who died 26th of September 1905, and their son Peter, and I think that's Superintendent GS, if anybody knows what that means, GS, but I think it's Superintendent, and he died in 1950. In loving memory of the Callaghy and Daly family, it says in that. So maybe this graveyard or cemetery here was land that was owned by the Seymours, and what I was saying earlier, they were very, very generous people. Maybe they donated this part of the land so people could be buried here from the village. And this is a really nice cross in this. In loving memory of my dear husband, Bernard Milahan, who died in 1921, aged 42. Also, my father, William Daly, who died the 31st of March 1907, aged 48. And a sister, Bridget Daly, who died in 1920, aged 23 years old. So there is the mausoleum just over the wall there, and we will go out and have a closer look at that. So this looks like it's an older one here. Mary Ann Cody, who died the 19th of June 1860. There is a railing over here, kind of a grave kind of marking, and I'll show you what it is. Now I don't know if that's a grave, but it's outside the wall of the cemetery on its own. So was there somebody buried outside the grounds? And why would they be on their own here? Or is it one of the Seymours that are buried outside near the mausoleum? But here you can see the railing going around. So let me know in the comments what you think. Does that look like a grave? Is there someone buried there? There's no plaque, no inscription. It's overgrown with thistles and metals and stuff. So this is the Seymour Mausoleum. Wow. And there is a hole or an opening on top of the door there, which gives us a glimpse into the past of the family. And have a look in there. But look at that. A huge mausoleum. It is like something you'd see in Egypt. And I love the architecture that's on it. So you have the roof kind of over there. And then at the back then you have this kind of area in here. I don't know what's in there. I don't think there's anything. It's just ground there. But that's another section there, or part of the mausoleum. There's the back. Huge, isn't it? So I'll bring you down now the steps and we'll have a close look at the door of the mausoleum. The big iron door in it. And just the side angle there, I'll give you the scale of it. That is really, really big. Look at that. And it doesn't actually tell you online really anywhere who's buried in there. But as I was saying, John Seymour is definitely buried in there. And I'm sure it's just his wife, maybe and other family members that are in there. So let's go down a bit closer. Down these stairs. And have a look. You can see the thorns growing around. And there's even blackberries here. Look at that, growing berries. But that door is very, very stylish looking. It has a lock on it and the chain going across. And of course, the opening at the very top. Wow, look at that. So what I'm going to do, guys, is because it's down so far and it's up there, I'm hoping to try and get back up top and try and see in from the side maybe or something like that and have a good look. Right guys, so that is inside the Seymour Mausoleum, and we can see the shelves in there and the coffins. Now just to your left there you'll see like a brown coloured, more modern looking coffin, and it does look like to be like it's pulled out or somebody pulled it out, and the lid is kind of open on it there, if you can see. And I don't know what else is down there. Can you see any more coffins? So I'm really trying to show you the best angle and view as I can. So you can see in the lead coffin on the right there is a bone in there, or a couple of bones in that lead one. Just beyond the lead coffin then, I think there's another coffin there, looks like black looking, dark looking coffin maybe, in on the right hand side. So those shelves are empty. Maybe they were in mind, I suppose, for family members to be interred in there, and it never happened. I'm not quite sure. But that's inside. So the newer brown coffin would be, I'd say, one of the last members to be put in there maybe, because it does look more modern looking than those lead ones. So that is the best view I can get of inside the Seymour Mausoleum, but very, very interesting to see it in there. Right guys, so I'm going back out up these steps where I came in. Oh, that was hard work to try and get a look in there, because you can actually see why. You can actually see why it's so hard to get a glimpse inside. The door is very, very tall, and there's nothing underneath, like leverage underneath me to get that better view. But that is the Seymour family, and they're very, very stylish mausoleum. So rest in peace to the Seymours. And I actually don't see any inscription or plaques or stuff over the door. Usually you would see stuff like that, or any names. So look at all that overgrowth that's coming down, all those thorns, and It's a shame really, because they did do a lot of work on the mausoleum to clean it up. But I've seen that before, where people come in and do a clean up and then it's just forgotten about again. And I don't know, would anybody eat those berries? Look at them all grown there. Blackberries and red berries there. I don't think I would. Not because of the mausoleum, but I just wouldn't eat them anyway. So I'm going to jump down. Right there. So there we have it. Beautiful mausoleum. And it was good to get a look inside as well. Because usually, I was just thinking as well, when people come to clean up these mausoleums or restore them, they usually block off those gaps on top or any holes and stuff, so people wouldn't be able to look in. So we're lucky that that's still open there to see inside. So I think I'm going to leave it at that, the video. It's not a very long video, but interesting all the same. The rain is starting to come down. The west of Ireland always has rain. So for me here in Larnestown at the Seymour Family Mausoleum, thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel also. And I will see you on the next adventure. So until then, take care. God bless.